Hello, humans of the internet. Welcome to the Gallant Horde. Double Jamie. Today we are playing Squatters on the Hill. Our 6 lovely Horde members are going to go and clear out a old watchtower that has been sorry, I got distracted by the hype train stuff going on. That has been infested by something, and all they know at the moment is that said something has crossbows. And crossbows make you ouchy. So, before we get into that though, Humble Bundle. We are partnered with Humble Bundle. The thing I'm currently excited about is there is a bundle of RPG guides. They're freaking cool. I bought them for myself. There's a bunch of nifty stuff there, so if that is up your alley, hit the link, which at some point will be in chat, no doubt, and go and have a look. There's a bunch of other bundles there, obviously, but that's the one I'm particularly taken with just at present. There's also one of like classic literature, which is also up Jax's alley, but I already have all those books because I'm a nerd. Did you know that we have a Discord and it is full of exciting story juice? These ridiculous players RP basically 24 hours a day in the Discord. It's insane. And we do lots of cool story stuff in there. You get to actually meet all the NPCs in Circle Creek, or some of the NPCs in Circle Creek. And it's a lot of fun. You can get access to that whole section of our Discord just by subscribing here on Twitch. That lets you read all the story juice every day, all day long. It's delightful. We are also in the process of trying to make our social media get more exciting. So if you're not already following us, we are Sparabel in all the places that you would expect, including Facebook and YouTube, and obviously here on Twitch, and the bird that shall not be named, and all the places. So yeah, go and hit the follow buttons, make sure you don't miss anything we do. We are in the process of figuring out a bunch of new content, so it's definitely a good time to be not missing out on the stuff we're doing. Next week we have our 3rd episode of City in Yellow, which is a Cthulhu hack game DM'd by our amazing Lionel and featuring a cast of people who you may recognize from the Horde, playing completely different characters. It's amazing, so make sure you tune in for that. It will be before the Horde game next week. Sunday if you're in New Zealand at like 4 a.m. Saturday if you're, living in the past. I think that's everything for today. So I'm going to get these lovely people to introduce themselves and their characters. We have 2 new faces today. Well, new to Season 2, not new to the Horde. And brand new characters. So yeah, we will get you all to introduce yourselves and then we'll dive right in. Gavin, welcome.
Thank you. I'm Gavin and I'm playing Syren, one half of the
Dalathon twins.
We are monks, and this is our first adventure. It'll be fun, scary, I promise.
Excellent. Fernando.
I forgot I put snorkel. Hi, I'm Fernando and I'm playing Bazza, who's your carpenter. He's here to maybe fix your doors or break them down. Depends what needs to be done.
Excellent. Jamie.
Hi, yes, I'm Jamie and I'll be playing Bergamot, the druid elf who just really wants to study plants and such, but life isn't nice like that, so she needs to stab some people.
Excellent. Chelsea.
Hi, I'm Chelsea, and I'm playing Briar, the Leshy Ranger, who just loves everything and everyone and is a little bit dumb.
Just a little bit.
A little bit.
Tiffiny, welcome.
Hello, I'm Tiffiny, and I am playing Nerys, the other of the Dalathon twins.
You're gonna have to practice that shit.
We are. I meant to message Gavin about it earlier, but I didn't do it till right before the game. So we'll work on that.
You've got many months, unless I kill one of you today.
And
Hey, I'm Rob, and I'm playing Orvis, who's the tall, dark, and handsome halfling.
It's not very tall. Tall for a halfling.
Tall for a half.
All right, and I am Jax, and I play everybody else. So I think without any further adoage, we should jump into Squatters on the Hill.
There's one other thing.
Yes.
What's a potion of resistance today?
Oh, yes. The potion of resistance is fire. Resistance to fire. So, you have been told by Andeline that this is a very important mission from a diplomatic point of view because it is a military contract. You have been contracted by the Elthian military to go in and clear out this watchtower. There's been a lot of weird shit on the trade routes between Elder Castle and Murterra, and between the various other places. And so the military is recommissioning these ancient watchtowers that have stood empty for decades because they haven't been needed. Althea has been extremely peaceful, extremely lovely, but now shit's getting weird, and there seem to be more dangerous things on the roads, stuff coming up from the Darklands. So there will be a larger military presence on the trade routes. But before the soldiers can move in, they have to fix the watchtowers. So you've been given the name of a contact. His name is Phelan. I realized afterwards that isn't that one of Vienna's brothers. Sorry, that was an accident. Anyway, Phelan Grethana. And he will be your contact at the watchtower. He is kind of a contractor or like a advanced guard. He's sort of there just to kind of assess the situation and figure out what needs to happen to this watchtower before it can be used again. So it is on the main, kind of just off the main road between Elder Castle and Murterra, just kind of north of Circle Creek, on a big fucking hill. That is what you have been told. Do you have any questions to ask Andeline before you head off? Assuming you gather at the anvil. I'm assuming you gather at the anvil.
There were some questions we kind of did in the chat, so we'll just hand wave that, right? Cool.
Yep. Yeah. That would have. I assume that conversation would have happened when she gave you the job. Yeah.
Nice.
So you come into the anvil. She's like, "Hey, don't screw this up. This is an important contract. This one is relatively small fry, but if you do it well, then potentially we could be getting other contracts from them, and that would be good because they have lots of money, and we like money."
Do we need to be taking any supplies for an overnight stay? What's the
No, it's
distance?
not that far. It's like a couple of hours.
Ah, sweet. Yep.
Unless you decide to stay there longer, but hopefully it won't be that much of a mission.
We could stay for fun.
That is your choice. No other questions? All right.
Also, you think I'm good?
Off you go then. She will give you directions for how to find this place.
Thanks.
It is probably a couple of hours travel to get there. You're kind of going north along the main road. As you approach it, you can see quite clearly that there's this big kind of hill with a watchtower on top of it. It is clearly very broken down, pretty ruined. Is there anything you want to do on the way before you get there?
I take it we're walking as opposed to taking horses.
Unless you asked for horses, you're walking.
Syren's happy to walk. Happy is
What it
relative
is.
to Syren.
Nerys actually is wearing shoes.
Anyone here, one of you mates got a shield?
No.
Oh, this is gonna go well. Yeah, she'll be right.
I think. Uh-oh.
What possible use would a carpenter have for a shield?
Well, I don't like getting shot, mate.
Well, I think I have a weapon that can block, but I have to refresh Hero Labs. I'm trying to remember.
Greatest enemy, technology.
Yeah.
Hey, technology makes all of this happen. We're around the world.
You guys are gonna say, yeah.
Together. It's pretty dope. All right. So, as you get closer to the watchtower itself, while Nerys figures out if she can block things, and if yes, can she do it for other people as well as herself? You
Probably
can
not
see a elven man standing kind of at the foot of the watchtower with a clipboard, and a horse, just kind of looking impatient.
As we come up.
and say hello.
What was that, Jamie?
Just saying, suppose we go up and say hi.
Syren, did you want to do something first?
Just interested to see whether what kind of tracks are leading up to this watchtower on the road. Whether we've got anything interesting.
It's like I don't know what you call it. It's like a tall kind of natural hill, but it's very steep. And it has like a windy round the edge thing that goes up, and then at the top there's this building that is clearly quite old and run down, and bits of it have fallen off, and so on.
Right.
Needs rebuilding, that's for sure.
Okay.
This is in fact a carpentry mission. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. I was just thinking I'm going to be on the hammer all day. That's okay.
You thought you were coming to kill monsters, but no.
Yeah.
Well, I got enough nails for this job,
This is
mate.
the Reno show. Yeah.
So you approach the man. Yep.
The elf. Yeah.
Okay. He kind of looks up as you're walking towards him, and he goes, "Ah, you must be the team coming in to have to check out this tower. Yes, is that correct?"
Yes.
Greetings. Are you Phelan?
I am. Yes, I am.
Then so are we.
You are also Phelan? What a
We are also here to
coincidence.
help you.
I'm not
Makes
Phelan.
spelling names easier.
Bergamot?
Yeah, we hear what's the job, mate. What's the situation?
He turns to you, Bazza, and you see him double take. And then he falls to one knee. And he says,
You're right
"My
there,
lord, I did not expect to see you. Why are you doing such menial
mate.
jobs?"
Looks
I'm
confused. Like,
And he's kind of like bowing his head, and
mate, hold up. I think you got me mixed up with someone else, mate.
he kind of looks up and he goes, No, my lord. Absolutely
Nah,
not.
mate. Nah. I'm Bazza. Nah, I'm just a carpenter, mate. Get up. Come on. Get up. Don't need for this.
He stands, but he looks extremely uncomfortable about it. And he's like looking at you, and
What's
he's
the
like,
situation here? What needs to get done? Just give us.
"But
Come.
you
No, you got it wrong, mate. Don't worry about it. Just tell us what's going on here. We're here for the job.
Nerys is staring at Bazza, head tilted.
Okay." He like brings out his clipboard, and you can all see it's shaking. Like this man is very discombobulated.
And then just
by the
going, he goes, just give it here, mate. Just give it here.
He hands
He's
you
just
the
going to
clipboard.
grab the clipboard. What does it say?
It has various notes about like what's required to rebuild a tower and so on, and then at the bottom it just says crossbow bolts ! And then something underneath about it, have sent for reinforcements. Angeline Smith sending help.
This goes, alright, so you just need us to clear this place out then? Is that all you need, mate?
Yes, my lord.
I'm not your lord, mate. You hand him the clipboard back. Alright, anything changed since your last report?
I have been staying away due to like his whole attitude has changed. Up to this point, he was really like, whatever, these guys are just contractors. Now he's super like what's the word I want? Diffident? Is that the word I want? Like really respectful and quite kind of nervous. He's like, I haven't been back up. I'm not a fighter, you see. Differential. Thank you, Kit. Did you say differential? Anyway. I thought I would just wait for assistance. But perhaps you should stay here and send your employees.
Like, stop. I want to do is like, because the list had stuff to fix the tower, yeah.
Yeah, it was like
all the materials on there correct. Like, can I roll to see if Bazza knows, like, okay, this guy's actually missing like 4 by teams or whatever.
I would say it's relatively correct. I don't know. I don't know anything about building.
Crafting shit, maybe?
Yeah, crafting or labor war? I don't know.
Yeah, I guess. Crafting, yep.
Recall knowledge, maybe?
No,
I feel like labor war will probably be better than crafting.
Yeah.
Go with that.
Is this watchtower zoned correctly? Does it have all of its permits?
That's right.
Does the drainage go right to the curb, or do we have to dig a trench?
What was your number?
13. It was a 13.
It looks about right.
Oh, yeah. No, but your phone's alright, mate. We'll just go out there and clear this out. You just stay down here. Keep your head down.
Sir, my lord, if you get shot by something, I will be...
Bezza's already started walking away. Bezza's just walking away. He's not listening.
He will grab the closest
Phelan,
person to him, which is... Oh, yes, Syren, yes. Hello, yes. Yes?
On that point, things being shot at your esteemed leader of carpentry, from whence did the bolts come?
From the tower.
Which side is there?
Section of the tower.
The top.
Are they exposed? Can we see?
I didn't. To be honest, I didn't go all the way up because when the crossbow bolt started, I backed off real fast.
Cool.
Sir, it is very important that. What do you call him? Bazza? Bazza?
Yes, no,
Is
we're
not
not his
harmed.
employees.
Please ensure that he is not harmed. It is
Yes,
very
we would
important.
prefer that none of our people get harmed.
Exactly.
Oh, they're not going to like this back in Older Castle. And he backs off. Leaves you to
What's
it.
an older castle?
Bezza just started like, your mate's coming or what?
Phelan is
Fine.
backing up. Briar's going to run after him and give him a big hug.
Ah! He does that thing that adults who don't know anything about children do when kids hug them. He's like,
Hey, I'm Briar. You look like you could use a hug.
thank you.
Okay, we're going to go investigate now. Bye.
Don't want to know it's an alder castle. It's Nerys walking backwards.
What's the royal family and the courts and the government and many other things.
Are you saying
if
he's
you
a
were
prince?
He does not respond.
I think that is a yes.
It's certainly not a no.
What's a prince?
What's a prince?
Well, a very important person for time's sake. I'll explain more later.
Okay.
It's a social
Alright.
construct.
It sure is. Fernando's face is so good. I've been planning that for such a long time.
Perfect people to reveal it to.
I know, it's so good.
The one who have all of the questions.
So, you
It may
approach
be that
this.
Bazza needs to hug next. Brian.
It's going to be the
Maybe Bazza needs to
2-hour
hug.
walk
We're
home is going to be
beer after
excellent.
this.
Yeah.
Third degree.
So, you approach this edifice. It is like this tall kind of natural rock shape. I'm sure there's a geological term for it, and if Jennifer is watching, she can tell me what it is. With this thin kind of pathway that leads up it, and then at the top this tower. What would you like to do?
We have a look for tracks on the pathway, see if we can get numbers
Sure.
and or
I
Cool.
actually have something for that. I've got survey wildlife, so if we take 10 minutes, I can assess the area around us to find out what animals are nearby.
I
Yeah,
like
then
that
do
too.
that.
That's a good plan.
Okay. Go for it.
It's just a thing that happens after 10 minutes.
You don't? Okay, cool.
No.
You're on the edge of the forest here.
Oh, wait, no,
because
I
the-
lied. I have to do a check. You need to actually
I would
click
assume so,
into-
yeah.
Yeah.
Can
I
I
imagine it-
assist her if by also
Sure.
helping out with
Yes.
magic checks and such?
Bergamot knows those things. Yes, hello, Nerys.
While that's going on, Nerys will look at Syren and say, "Brother mine, shall we see how easy it would be to climb to the top first, and kind of like get a look at the tower itself, and like what would be the best way to storm the tower if we decide that is a course of action?"
You decide you're going to storm. All right, we'll get to that.
I have
Briar.
rope and grapple, so it's possible.
It says against a DC determined by you.
Yep.
So I got an 18.
Okay.
I
You're
got
on
a
the edge of the
22 to
forest
assist.
here. Yep. And what you see is some tracks of the sort of things you would expect to find on the edge of a forest, but not as many as you would expect to find on the edge of the forest. Also, with the additional 22, I would say it's very clear that something has been shooting things. And so the creatures have realized that this is not the best place to be and have skedaddled. Nerys.
So we're not hearing birds or
No, there are birds and
Normal
stuff.
flora.
There's just like at the base of this thing, there is there are tracks, but not very recent ones, as if things have gone, maybe not.
We
Nerys.
kind of get an idea.
Yeah.
We kind of get an idea of how far the crossbow bolts go.
They go down because gravity.
Yeah. But if things have been shooting out of there, then presumably there's kind of a.
Oh, it kind of has the
Random.
vibe of taking pot shots. Like that's the impression. That something up there is just shooting anything that moves down at the base, which at the moment is you guys. So, Nerys, make a dope monk check. Let's say athletics.
Ooh,
Fuck yeah, do that.
okay.
This is to kind of assess the situation. Yes.
It's a 6.
Hard to say.
He's distracted by, I don't know, something.
GM, the
Thinking
watchtower itself, does it
She gets distracted by
have
Bazza.
does it have windows at different levels? Like it's a
So
level
make a
building?
perception check because it is quite high up from where you are right now.
Okay, cool. That seems fair.
Nerys has a question for Briar and Bergamot. Do they notice tracks like leaving and going back from the tower, like it shot an animal and it went out to get the animal to bring it back for like food? Since she doesn't
Yes.
notice that herself. Okay.
Well, yes, there are definitely tracks going up and down the pathway. They appear to be reptilian.
That was going to be the next
nature.
question: is what do they look like? Okay.
Siren,
Hmm.
how perceptive are you today?
50-50. That was a straight 10.
Averagey perceptive. It's hard to really get a real sense of what that tower is like from where you are. But it looks quite simple. Like this isn't a very complicated tower. This is we sit on top and watch the road place. This isn't a wizard's tower with multiple stories. It's
Cool.
using the edifice it's built on to give it height. So the tower itself is fairly simple.
Bazza, my lord prince, do you have any blueprints there with
Not
the
more, not Prince,
clipboard?
mate. What was that about
That's
the
exactly
clipboard?
what a prince in hiding would say. Did the clipboard have any blueprints?
Any what, sorry?
Blueprints.
Did the clipboard have blueprints?
Nah.
It did not, mate. Alright, that's just sorry. Let me have a look at this place. He wants to like inspect the tower construction, like
From the
as you
ground.
said it. Yeah, like from the ground down here.
Just having a look. Alright, make a perception check.
Oh, mate, those nails are only 10 mil. They need to be 15 at least. That's disgusting.
That's a net 1 for an 8.
You're clearly distracted by the circumstances and are struggling to focus on your task.
It's fair.
Oh, brother.
The dice tell a story.
Yeah. Good point.
So do we want to negotiate or just go in?
Just a clarification for the player. Does the party know about the reptilian feet? The reptilian tracks?
If
have we-
Briar and Bergamot shared that information.
Yeah, we would share.
I was saying
Or I
Nerys
share.
would have asked and then shared.
Can we
like a
try
picky-
recall knowledge, maybe nature, to think about bipedal reptilians that could manage to use a crossbow? I'm
You
trying to
can
go,
certainly try, given the experience you come from. Absolutely, go for it.
I'd try as well.
Which stat should we use, GM?
Nature.
I'm quite
Nature.
happy to be
Nature.
guided there. Maybe society. Stealth would be
Nature.
good. Damn,
Nature.
that was that's exactly what I heard you say the first time.
Is this where the twins differ?
Nice try, though.
Yeah, thanks.
Points for effort.
My pleading hasn't improved. I can tell between the seasons. Okay.
Better than you are, brother. I got a 12.
I have a black screen of death. Hold on.
With a 12, you get nothing at all, given your background. You might know some, like, forest stuff that might, but nothing. Like
Like it's
jungle.
it's on
like
the
Malahaya jungle things, but not anything that would be here.
on the tip of my tongue, but I can't remember. They look familiar.
Bergamot, you can make that check if you want, because you have read a lot of books about a lot of things.
I don't know if I want to read much about creatures that use crossbows, though.
No, but
That seems
reptilian
like more
creatures that...
Have
Okay.
the potential.
Yeah. I'll roll it, but I'll roll it with a -2 because it's
Okay.
not my forte.
Okay, fair enough.
You don't bother, Bergamot. I rolled a natural 1. Your -2 is not going to help. Get a 6.
You have no idea.
You got half of Nerys.
16.
16? Nah. I mean, you have a vague idea that there are some kind of reptilian-esque humanoid beings, but specifically, nah. No idea.
Yeah, it could be kobold, a lizard man. Like, there's a lot of different reptilian creatures that have opposable thumbs, so could be a lot.
That
I'm
doesn't remember reading anything from a local history book from back in his history classes about there being any sort of like kobold or something in the region.
His
Royal history classes?
Carpenter who has Chris history. This is
That
amazing.
would make
Like
sense.
normal public school history
Not
classes.
many people have access to history classes, or so I've heard.
I will allow you a history check.
So recall knowledge. History isn't a thing. It's this
Yep.
society can be used for local history.
Yeah, alright.
Oh man.
He comes from this place, you don't.
That's true. Apologies, my
That's a
lord.
19.
Apologies.
That's very true.
How much, sorry?
19.
19. Like, you've definitely heard of, societies of kobolds and such. Given that you come from Eldercastle, and Eldercastle is right at the feet of the mountains, you would know that in the mountains there are pathways that lead into what's known as the Darklands, which is essentially the Underdark. And that in the Darklands there are lots of different creatures, and quite possibly something like this. Things like kobolds and so on usually live in caves and underground, so this is unusual. If that is what you're dealing with. But there's no yes, there's a village of kobolds 3 miles from here. No.
Yeah, no, I was sort of thinking like there were once kobolds in this region 20 years ago, and then they got cleared out or something like that. That's the kind
Nothing
of
like that.
basically.
Nothing like that. All the things
know,
you
like
know
could be
of
kobolds.
that would fit this kind of description are Darkland creatures.
Yeah, like could be kobolds, could be something nastier. To be fair, honest, I don't remember much of history.
Nothing native to the
Distracted by
area.
carpentry class.
Guild history
No.
class.
If it possibly is kobolds, or kobold adjacent, can we negotiate with them to leave?
I don't know
And
what
what
kobold neighbors want, but kobolds usually want to stay where they are.
Okay. So
Yes,
should we
and
attack
they're
before they
here.
realize we're here? And
They
start shooting
probably
at
already
us?
do know that we're here, considering it's a really tall hill.
And why aren't they shooting at us?
Maybe we're not within range? Does someone know how crossbows work?
They
Point and
fire
Theoretically.
Theoretically.
It's not her weapon of choice, but
I don't trust the dice on Hero Lab. I'm staying mum. Maybe I know, maybe I don't.
if you're not trained in it doesn't mean you don't theoretically know how it works.
Well, we've
Well-
already seen.
I assume
that.
we've gotten pretty close to the tower.
I mean, at this point, I assume you're kind of at the base of it, or at
Right.
least the
Mm.
base of the base
So
of
why
the,
haven't they
the,
shot
like,
us yet?
edifice. That's a good question.
It either bodes really well or it bodes really bad. And
Is anyone good at talking and stuff? It might be worth trying to talk to them.
Maybe they just need a friend.
I'm pretty good at talking to people.
Nerys does not look
We
at
can
Syren.
find some people to talk to.
Yeah. I mean, we can find a door and like knock on it, I guess. Should be fine, mate.
Could
I
we
would suggest
reconnoiter and see if there are more than one entrance?
Not a
So-
bad plan.
You're still at the base of the hill.
Oh, they're at the
I
base of the
assume.
tower.
No, I assume you're still at the base of the hill because at no point has anyone said they're climbing the hill.
That's
Oh.
true.
GM, I would like someone else to climb the hill.
You will need to encourage your compatriots to do so.
Oh. She'll start toddling off.
That fits a roll of 6 for not being able to tell if we can scale it from the outside if we're not even beside it.
Question.
It was high up. I assumed you were like
It was
looking
high up,
from the
yeah.
bottom, trying to work it out.
A
Yeah,
question
from the
for
very bottom
DM.
of the tower, not
Yes.
the bottom of the hill.
Jamie.
If we were to just walk up this spiral road thing to get to the tower, how long would it take?
Just walking? 10, 15 minutes maybe?
That's a big hill. Okay, yeah.
And it's also, you're going around it. Like, you're not...
We could just walk straight up.
You
What?
could try. Do you have spider feet?
Not yet.
We do have rope and grapple.
Got amazing athletics and acrobatics.
How many
So-
of us have amazing athletics and acrobatics?
Maybe 2, maybe 3.
I see the
Depends when you
floor on the
define
plan.
amazing.
I see the floor on the plan.
I don't
There
take
is
fall
two.
damage.
That is handy.
I
But,
can lower
yeah.
my fall damage.
Perhaps we should just attempt to walk up the hill and try talking with them. Maybe since we're not in the uniform and such, they might not attack us immediately.
Was
Let's follow
Phelan
the
in
lead of
uniform?
Briar and make friends.
Phelan was not in uniform.
I assumed that they had sent up some soldiers or something to.
No, he
I
was
thought it
sent.
was
He was
Phelan.
sent to check it out and figure out what needs to happen for it to be recommissioned. They haven't sent any soldiers. That's why they've called you in.
Okay. Then forget what I just said.
Well, I
As
think
So-
we
a
should
one-load
defer to the
contractor on
prince.
site.
I was not elected. I am in no leadership position.
You're right.
Elected
You are
before-
elected. You are a prince.
Government officials should be elected.
All in favor?
Of electing government officials or of deferring to
Of
Bazza
allowing
on
the
this?
prince to be the leader, since he has to be elected.
Well, he absolutely is a
I did
carpenter.
not approve the canvas. Fine. Let's just freaking walk up the mountain, right? Tail, whatever.
Democracy wins! Huzzah! Democracy wins!
May I have a marching order, please?
Bazza first.
I guess Bazza's doing first.
I'll go second.
I'll go third.
Alright.
Dean, how
I'm
wide is the
actually gonna
road?
do this. I'm gonna give you a map.
Ah, cool.
It doesn't show the whole hill, it just shows the top, so you're gonna have to just kind of imagine that you're walking up it for a while. But if you could put yourself in a marching order, that would be helpful for me, please.
That's too close.
Orvis is going to cast Mage Armor before he walks up the hill.
Okay. That seems wise. Can you all see that?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So Baz is in front. Is that the order you want? I would say you can go 2 abreast, not more than that. I realize that on the map it doesn't look that way, but I would say 2 abreast.
I'll run up and grab Bazza's hand.
Okay. I assume that
There's
Chops
another
is on Bergamot's shoulder.
child.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Does
Where
the
did
dot
Orvis
denote
go?
one of the twins? Which twin is the
Yeah,
dot?
just so I don't get confused.
Okay.
Where's the fun in that?
Yeah.
You're currently
'Cause
standing
I-
on Orvis, dot twin, not Nerys.
Not Nerys. He should have introduced himself that way.
There we go. Alrighty.
Win.
Nerys and anti-Nerys.
So you begin your trek up the hill. It is quite steep and windy. You get maybe 30 feet up, and you start getting shot at.
My weapon does in fact not block.
Not the
It's
color
armed,
as soon
but
as
it does not
possible.
block.
So I'm gonna just shoot 1 crossbow at each of you, just for funsies. So let's start at the top. Syren, how do you feel about a 21?
I feel like that would hit.
Excellent. Please take 4 points of piercing damage.
You did ask very nicely.
Bazza, how do you feel about an 18?
Nope.
Nope. Bergamot,
I me.
21.
Oh, that barely makes it.
Please take 6 points of piercing damage.
I shall.
Briar, 16.
Does not hit.
Nerys, 25.
Yeah.
No.
Hits.
6 points of piercing damage.
Yuck.
Orvis, 16.
It's a hit. Oh, no, it's not. My Mage Armor. Sorry.
Cool. So basically, as you're walking up, you start getting crossbow bolts firing down at you. What are you doing? Anything?
That's
Does
for
that-
cover. Can we
Yeah.
use the wall closest to the tower so
You
they
can duck against it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
can also
that-
hear
that-
shouting coming from above you. Do any of you speak Undercommon? Cool.
No.
None of you know what they're saying.
With
Did
the
we-
amount of bolts that came so fast, does it appear that it could be more than one thing? Yeah.
Definitely. This was
I was
like
gonna
a
say.
multitude of shots at once. Yeah.
Can we tell how many, like, if there's more than one? But that answers that question.
Definitely more than one. Or someone very quick, but no. Seems like probably more than one. What are you doing?
I don't
Before
think
the
they're
second
happy to
volley.
see us.
So look to take
yeah,
cover.
yeah, that's a fair assumption,
Then,
right? Unfortunately, we're here to see them, so kinda gotta keep going up, mates.
Does anyone want to try and call out them, see if we can sort something out?
Yeah,
I think
Oh,
we need to get
cool,
out of
yeah.
range before we try to sit and talk anywhere.
yeah, that's probably fair.
I mean, just
They
shouting at
probably-
them first to stop might help.
Briar will do that. Hi. Those really hurt and they're really pointy, and maybe we could just talk instead of Shooting?
What language are you speaking in?
Oh, common.
Hmm.
The response is more arrows, which, like, fire down on the road, but because you're all against the wall, they don't hit you. At this stage.
Pull Briar back.
Oh, Briar, did you step out for that?
Yeah. Yep. She
Cool.
would have stepped out.
Can I
In that case,
pull her back?
I'm gonna roll. I'm
Nope.
gonna roll!
Yep.
Oh no.
19? 19?
19 hits.
Please take 1 point of piercing damage.
Can I pull her back after the first one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh god.
Well,
Thanks
that's
for
not a
the
good
hug.
idea.
All right.
You are welcome.
This little like hill bit by the wall. How climbable does it look?
Depends how good you are at climbing, I guess.
You want me to roll something to figure out how climbable? it is?
I would say, well, yes, roll athletics. Let's roll athletics.
Hey, I
Just-
have a rope and a grappling hook,
18.
sir.
Climbable, but not easily. Like, just
How
climbing
high
with your,
is
like
it?
you're allowed like 30 feet up. It's another
No,
at least. As in each section, like to the
And
next
then
bit of road.
to jump up this little bit of cliff hill thing. That I
Oh
just
no,
pointed
it's a good like 30 feet up.
Oh, so it's like an actual
Can
cliff,
the
not a
tools-
Yep.
bit of a hill.
Yep. So what you're looking at is like it's like a tall stone kind of outcropping that has had this pathway carved into it, and at the top of it is this tower built on top. So
Right,
the pathway is where you're on. You're about 30 feet up now on the pathway, and there's another probably 30 before you hit the tower.
And how high?
Right.
Can the twins use the rope and grapple to basically fashion crawl spaces to get us all up to that
That's just got a climbing kit. I've got
Cool,
a
yeah.
climbing kit with
up
me.
over here? If we can get everyone up here and then close to the wall, we might actually be able to like get cover and hide from the arrows.
So you're currently undercover because you're like tucked against the wall. If you start climbing that
Yeah.
wall, they're going to shoot you while you're climbing.
Okay.
Like
the
that's
cover
pretty
ex-
obvious that that's yeah.
Does the cover extend all the way up?
You mean if you follow the road?
Yes.
To a greater or lesser extent. It mechanically, I will be shooting with a disadvantage, with a penalty.
Okay. Should we try another language? You did say they were reptilian, and they're obviously not speaking common.
Yeah, sometimes dragon cults will be filled with reptilian creatures, and they will quite often speak Draconic.
Not one I know.
And I'm going like, a couple of weeks fucking draconic lessons could come in handy. I can give it a try, mates.
Yeah,
Does Bazza speak Draconic?
I learned,
That speaks draconic.
I learned Orcish recently instead of Draconic, so if you could, that'd be nice.
But was gonna try to shout in draconic. Stop shooting at us, mates. We just want to talk.
The arrows stop, and you could hear like a, and then someone shouts down in Draconic, "What is there to talk about? We found this place fair and square. Leave us alone."
People want this place, and we're kind of here to get it back to them.
Finders keepers, bro.
So you don't want to just you're gonna make us fight you for this. You don't want to just walk away. There's gonna be more people coming. A lot more with better weapons.
We have lots of arrows.
They have more people than you do arrows. Also
Make
shields.
Make a intimidation check.
That is not trying this at all. You're gonna be fucking shooting me.
Was it nat 20? Must be the
Yep.
authority in your voice.
That is so kingly.
There's a long pause, and then and some more hushed conversation, and then you hear in Draconic, "All right, we'll stop shooting, but we're just gonna have a negoti. We're
Make
just
a
gonna
deal.
talk about it a bit, and see what
Yeah.
we can offer. Yeah, but
Yeah, that
we
sounds
make
good.
no promises. Yeah.
That's good enough for me, mate.
All right, we'll stop shooting. Come on up."
Wait, let's go to the rest of the party. Okay. I've managed to convince him to stop shooting. They want to negotiate now, so we can get up there without getting shot.
You trust them?
No. So we need to die.
Who do we have to negotiate with?
Good
I have
question.
no idea, mate.
One thing at a time. Let's get up there first.
All right. So you can
Start
time
with
the rest
hugs.
of the way without any further arrows happening to you. You would come in here at the top, where the entrance is. Can you see that? Where I'm pinging? Ping, ping. No.
No.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm on the right layer. Why is it not pinging? Ping. Top
I see it.
left-hand corner. There's like an entranceway
Oh
with
yeah,
like
yeah.
barricading.
Oh, I'll say, yeah.
Right before
Yes. What were you gonna say?
right before they like meet whatever these creatures are, Nerys is gonna cast detect magic to see like if they have any magical items on them or around them.
How long does it last?
It doesn't say, but it's her innate feat. It just says somatic,
okay.
verbal, and 30-foot emanation.
Cool. Okay.
So her
As
eyes
you come
glow
up-
blue.
You see a reptilian humanoid creature standing like maybe 25 feet inside the gate. He is holding a club in one hand and a crossbow in the other, and has like a quiver of crossbow bolts on his back. He's got the crossbow like pointed at the door, at the entrance. It's not a door. It's like they've created what like stake things, and he's pointing the crossbow at you, and he's like, "All right, what you got?" In Draconic, because he doesn't speak Common.
Alright. Hey, mate. How many of you are there in this place?
Lots.
Right.
Fine.
When did you get here?
What? When?
Yeah.
Some time ago.
Like at least one whole moon?
Yeah.
Is that how they count the characters? Is that how they count months? Like the most basic
Yeah.
month counting? Yeah. Alright, mate.
Maybe is the moon the big bright thing that doesn't burn?
Yeah, the one at night.
Yeah. It got big, and then it got small, and then it got big again.
Yes. Yeah, how many of those?
Just that big, small, big again.
So about at one moon then. Alright. So yeah, look, mate, the army wants this place back. They built it, they want it back. And they kinda hired us to get it cleared out. Now whether that means stabby or just make a deal, I'd rather make a deal. But you guys kinda are here, so we gotta work something out. Because if we don't, they will, and their answer is going to be come in with 50 blokes with shields and sworded armor and cuddle you down.
That seems real unnecessary. No
Yeah,
one
which
was
is why
using
we're
it,
here.
and we came, and we just no one was using it. Now suddenly, because we're here, they want it back. That's some bullshit. That's some bullshit. That's some
Yeah,
dragon
but I don't
shit.
think they knew you were here until they seen the old mate that you guys shot at before. To be fair, they thought it was empty still.
Well, it's not. Tell them it's not.
Clearly, but we're not going to be able to go back without some sort of solution. So let's work something out, man. Let's work out a deal.
Okay. Can I get perception checks from everyone, please?
We can certainly try.
That's a 19 for Bazza.
That's a 26.
If I can find perception.
It's the top. It's where initiative is in
It's under
D&D.
defenses.
Up the top below your hit points and such.
Oh, I gotta find that again. Aha, I
Bergamot.
found it.
That was a high roll. These guys are. You would definitely know this with your knowledge of like natural things. They have the appearance of the kinds of like salamander creatures that never see the sun. These are definitely things that usually live underground. They're pasty white. I mean, they're humanoid versions, but they have that same kind of vibe as like underground lizard creatures would have. Also, in true Season 2 Gallant Horde fashion, it is very stinky.
It's prestidigitation.
Okay, I'm just going to lean up next to Bazza and go, Bazza, these kind of look like the creatures that would never really stay above ground for very long. So if we can get them to move to somewhere like maybe a cave nearby or something, that'd probably be better suited for them.
You know any
Why are
caves
they
nearby,
even up
mate?
here?
Because I don't. I have no clue what I'm doing. I'm gonna be honest, mates. I have no clue what I'm doing.
Maybe just check why they are up here and what they need in order to do their thing. Like, are they raiders or something?
Okay, so you want to ask them why they're here? Why they're not in the cave?
Yes.
And it's gonna turn to the guy. It's like, all right, my bookmate here. She says that you usually live in caves. So how come you guys are up here and not in a cave?
We came out because of the tentacle things.
The what now?
The tentacle things. It got bad under the ground. There were things.
Were
with
they made of
tentacles.
jelly?
No, they were made of tentacles.
Thank the gods.
And then there were some big teeth, and it was pretty smelly, which is ironic because these guys are really smelly. And we ran away up because
about
of
a
the
whole moon
teeth
ago-
and the tentacles.
A whole would ago, a ball of teeth and tentacles came to your cave and kicked you guys out, and you ran up here. Is that right? Am I got this story right, mate?
Yeah, that's about it. Yep.
How far away is your cave?
We traveled quite a long way underground before we popped up.
All right. Why couldn't you find another cave underground? Is it also filled with tentacles and teeth?
Well, there have been stories.
Stories?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of stories, mate?
Things coming up.
Things coming up. Do they have tentacles and teeth?
Well, this one did. I don't know what other things there are, but there are stories about things coming up. And so we thought maybe we would try the surface. Less
All right.
tentacles and teeth on the surface. But it turns out lots of people like you running around trying to take our perfectly legally and rightfully found towers away from us.
Yeah, the surface doesn't work on finders keepers, mate.
He looks genuinely
They have
upset
an
by
advanced
us.
legal system.
It's a good thing Nerys doesn't understand Draconic. She'd have so many comments and questions about all of this.
Are you translating?
GM, while this conversation's happening, can we... Is there any opportunity to essentially check behind us, check our six to see we're not being trying to be outflanked or anything by
make
any of these
a
others?
perception check. Yes,
Did
Nerys.
Nerys
Another one, or the
look...
one or the same one we last time.
No, you can make another one. That one was
Cool.
for other reasons.
That one was bored. Is what that was.
Did Nerys notice anything magical in the area
No.
with her?
No.
Okay. Cool.
Nah. Yes.
23.
There doesn't seem to be anyone coming up from behind.
I am
Coming up from
most relieved.
Right, Bedlam's gonna turn back to the party. Alright, mates, according to the story that Lizard Buddy over here told me, they used to live in a cave, a bunch of them, and then they got chased out by some tentacle teeth thing. They ran underground for a bunch of time, and they came up here. And they're like,
How
"What
long
good
is a
did
bunch
that?"
of time?
I don't know. He didn't say.
Bergamot. You went to the Opal Goblins, right? They're there for a very similar reason. You would remember that.
Oh dear. Yeah, this sounds like it's a thing that's happening. The goblins that we visited, they were kind of in the same situation, so there might be something going on down in the depths.
Yeah, he did say that we're hearing stories about other things coming up. Wasn't very clear about what other things, mate, but maybe we'll just find them in new cave around here? I don't know. I'm not a lizard people expert.
Bergamot, how did you resolve the issue with the goblins?
That was resolved before the Horde arrived.
Yeah, they kind of they were mostly fine. They just had a few other issues which we helped out with. So I don't think I really have a solution for it, but we might have to deal with this underground thing before more people come up.
What Andeline would have told you about the goblins was that they had taken up residence in the old opal mines that weren't being used anymore as a direct result of being chased out of their own home. And that they had made a deal with Galahad at the time because they were doing raids and raiding and causing trouble. And so Galahad had made a deal with them for them to be foraging in the forest to bring him supplies, and in return so essentially they had made an arrangement so that they could be functioning members of the Circle Creek community. But the mine was already
Bazza.
empty, so they made a home there, and that's where they came from. And Bergamot would know all of that from that mission.
Okay.
Would these creatures move in with the goblins?
Why can't these creatures just stay here?
Yeah, if they agree to look
Because-
into the...
They asked
I
us,
don't know.
moving us to the empty place. Sorry, Rob, go, Rob.
Oh, well, I'm just saying if they agree not to shoot people and to do whatever the army wants to do here, then possibly they could stay here.
The ultimate goal is to have this place manned and functioning.
Mm.
If
So what-
this
But isn't it?
if this tribe does it, then the situation has been satisfied. The military could pay them a small stipend as some sort of external contractors or mercenary group, right? We provide.
Yeah, I don't think
the military
I
provides.
don't think that's gonna fly.
Bazza can make
Probably
a
not.
society check.
I will.
We didn't
Look at
specify
that
how we had to get it
society.
done.
Our
That's a
brief
22.
was to clear the tower, though.
It's a what? Sorry?
22.
That won't fly. The military won't like that. They're not very trusting of outsiders.
They don't like to share.
Fair enough.
Like
Yeah,
the thing
it's
the thing about the military of Althea is that for the last 30 to 40 to 50 years, their main job has been guarding the borders. So they're almost intrinsically distrustful of outsiders. That's part of their whole shtick.
Are
That
they
just sounds
Yeah,
like
man.
they
Very
don't
Not gonna lie.
share.
outsiders if the place they came from was under the ground of Althea?
that
did
somehow
they-
will probably not. Yet I don't think they care about that specific difference.
Well,
I think that whatever solution we come up with, mate, has to be these folks moving out and the military taking over.
Agree.
You need to find a cave nearby that they will be.
Do we know enough about the tentacle thing to just kick it out?
Or go
And they
deal
can
with
go
the
back?
tentacle.
We don't know how far away it is. Or where it is.
Although I think that might be a problem for later. We should perhaps learn more about
Probably.
this tentacled beastie and find it later. In
Yeah,
about
I
15
feel like
levels or
it's
so.
probably more of a widespread issue rather than just a single creature.
Hmm.
Because we have had goblins come up. We've had whatever these are come up. I imagine
Natural
there
law
are
has
worse
been-
things than both of these down there that could come up.
We've only
Trigonometry
been
for what?
contracted to empty the tower, not deal with whatever tentacle thingy about. So if we find
Well,
a
if we get rid
solution
of
for
it and
these
they go
things,
back home, the tower's empty.
yeah, or we
Like,
just
you do
find
have
them a
a
new
point
cave
about-
and they can make a new home. Just move around. New
Okay,
cave without tentacle teeth things.
For now.
Is-
Bergamot, Briar, as more experienced and individuals who look to find balance within nature, around this area, within say half a day's walk, would we find any cave structures? Could we rehouse this unfortunate tribe? They have been driven from their homes. If we find them a new place, perhaps we can resolve this without force.
Is the Elthian forest close by?
Yeah, you're right on the edge of the Elthian forest.
Okay.
So you can make a I guess nature check with a +2 bonus because it's your home terrain, as it were.
Yeah. Okay.
In setting up that, oh no, never mind. I'm too low level. Never mind.
24.
You're
No
a
longer level
baby.
20.
24. Was that Bergamot?
Yes.
Yes. How about you, Briar?
We are just rolling.
Oh,
Also 24.
Yeah, 24 by itself, not with the +2.
Yeah. Okay.
Numbers
Um,
go that high. Wow.
You would be aware that there are a number of like underground cave systems underneath the forest. Generally speaking, in this particular area, this is not the area you're from, Briar. This is more north than you're from, but it wouldn't be a stretch to assume that you would be able to find something like that,
Okay.
given enough time and effort.
Yeah.
Do we think that maybe the fancy guy down below might know about any abandoned mines or anything that they could take?
He
Couldn't hurt to
could.
ask.
He's a clerk. Knowing things is kind of his job.
Okay, I'll be right back.
And
And-
if he's an assessor, he might know if they're structurally sound. Ask him if they're structurally sound.
What you doing,
Bergamot
Bergamot?
Turns into an 8 and just starts sprinting down the other side of the hill. Just swinging.
Amazing.
This is no
grabs,
time
like-
for monkey business. Never mind.
As you get to the bottom of the hill, you watch Phelan's eyes just get round, and he's like, "Oh, jeez, this forest has all sorts of weird things," and he starts backing off. Like he's scared of
when
them. He's
I-
like, "Nice monkey, nice monkey."
When I land, I just go, "Ooh," and then turn back into Bergamot and go,
Oh my god, you're my gods, my goddess, my, I don't know what elves say. By the suns. You're you, but you were a monkey.
Yes, it's a long story. We need to know if there's any structurally sound caves or mines or anything in this area which we could move these people to.
Oh, please hold while I roll for, I guess, nature for this guy.
I would have
I
also
don't-
spoken in Elvish, considering that there are enough.
Right. I don't have a character sheet for this chap because I didn't expect him to be important. So I'm just gonna roll and make it up.
You're welcome.
He's like, that's not really my area of expertise. I was sent to assess the tower, but I try not to go into the forest because of all the, bugs and animals and things.
Right, yeah, okay, that's...
I'm not
Yeah,
terribly
yes.
fond of the nature. I prefer the buildings. I rolled a
Right.
5.
I'm imagining the word "the nature" is in capitals. The nature.
Yeah, 100%. The nature.
Okay, well, I appreciate your efforts. We'll be back soon, and Just-
Is the Bazza still safe? No
I
harm
mean,
has come to him?
we got shot at, but I think we're doing alright.
Was he shot?
What's it? What, Fernando, were you actually shot? No, he was not.
Oh, good. All right then. Please continue.
I will. And I turn again into an ape and then
Ah!
start firing back up the hill again.
He knew because he saw, but he's still like really about it.
Spitty
He's a
clickers.
pen pusher, this guy.
It arrived back up with
Swing
the
back
group
up.
and just turn back into my normal form and go. Yeah, he doesn't know of anything because apparently he's scared of nature.
Trevor just rolled the right.
This guy's made an enemy for life out of Bergamots.
A little bit, yeah.
The nature.
And then I'm gonna sit down and just start patting my frog and connecting with it to refocus my points.
Okay.
When,
All right, do
when
we go to
Bergamot
case?
returns and changes back, the twins just kind of tilt their head and sync and go and say their favorite line. Fascinating.
Bazza?
All right. So no case that we know of. Maybe they don't. Okay. Mike, he turns back to the lizard folk.
Yes.
Thing, salamander. You know any caves around here? Why do you guys not try to find any caves around here, mate?
Do you not think that if we'd found a cave that wasn't attached to the place with the tentacles, we would be living there now?
Why not just collapse a tunnel to the tentacle monster thing?
Oh. Because of very good reasons.
You didn't think of it, did you, Mike?
No.
That's okay. That's okay. We can just. What if we just. You guys got pickaxes or something? We can just get everyone, go to the cave, collapse the tunnel. You're all good. You don't get stabbed. We get our job done. Everyone's happy.
Can you collapse a tunnel?
Yeah.
Cool. One moment. And he turns and he goes, "Hey guys, they say they can make us a safe cave." And you watch as like 5 other heads pop out of various places and look at you. I mean, one of the other ones says from over in like the tent, "This place gets real sunny in the daytime. It's kind of shit." The first guy goes, "Yeah. Okay, you have a deal. If we find a cave and you collapse it so the tentacles can't get us, we will move into the cave as a personal favor to you. Not because we want to or prefer it."
I think I'll know you for that one then, mate.
Cool.
Alright. We'll get sort of the cave thing and we'll check him back on you real quick. How about that?
Cool. This game took a turn I did not expect. I do not have a cave map.
I don't think anyone's expected this.
That's fine. That's fine. We'll roll with it. Theory of the mind.
That's
It's
why
fine.
I love the Gallant Horde. We're just...
Yeah.
Nothing goes
It's
as
so
it
good.
should.
I would like to point out that these guys have an intelligence of 8, so they are not smart.
Oh, this could have gone so many different ways with
Yep.
different people.
I love it. It's so exciting.
I suggest we go
Okay.
down and tell old Palin like, that we're gonna go find a cave and collapse it.
Cool.
And he'll just stay here and make sure that nothing happens with the lizard salamander people.
I'll
Things.
collapse this cave.
That's a
Gallant
problem for
Horde
the
is not-
second half of the stream. As you walk down the mountain towards Phelan in order to go and find a cave, we're going to take a break. As Lionel has just said, the break is for finding a cave map, so maybe we will have a map by then. So, yeah, don't go anywhere. Lionel is doing our tech today. Hi, Lionel. Thank you for being awesome. So that Adam can hang with the Sproglets, since it's the last day they're with us for the school holidays. And so there will not be marbles, but we do have a little art treat over the break. There will be some beautiful pictures for you to look at, made by our amazing people. And a giveaway. Tiff, do you want to show us what you're giving away today?
I'll show you part of it. I'm giving away. It's a 7-piece dice set, and it's my Gallant Horde Sunflower set. So it's kind of a little bit based on season 1, but on the D20, it is the Gallant Horde crest, and these are hand painted. So they look a little. And then several of the dice have a sunflower. This is the
I
one
love them.
for the D20. But it is a full 7-piece set, and I'll show you one more dice. The D6 is very special. This is what the D6 looks like. It's a crystal, and it has sunflower.
I love it.
Oh, that's cool.
Every now and then there's a giveaway that makes me sad that I feel like I can't enter, and this is one of them. But that's all good. Thank you so much
Okay.
for giving away beautiful dice.
Anyone in the chat, if you get it and you give it to Jack, then you might not die in the next game.
You'll get plot armor.
Unfortunately, Jax doesn't take bribes. Sometimes she thinks she should. Yep, so type exclamation
And
point
so do
shiny
we.
shiny thing in the chat, and we'll be back very shortly. Hang around, look at some art, and don't go anywhere. We'll be back soon. See you in a bit.
All the secrets are coming out.
Hello, humans of the internet. All the secrets are coming out. Welcome back to the Gallant Horde. We will see who wins the shiny thing. I assume it's going to be Ended. Lacey! Oh, that's Lacey. Who plays Briar.
Briar.
Perfect. It's her prize for beating up Nerys.
Yes, exactly. So, yep, you guys can liaise with each other and figure that shit out. Because that's one less job I have to do. Woo! Okay. Which pleases me. Alright, so, you have negotiated with the reptilian beings that have taken possession of this tower and agreed that you're going to find them an alternative place of accommodation. You have meandered down the hill and gotten to the bottom, where Phelan is waiting very anxiously. And he looks up as you approach, and he goes, "My lord, I mean, Bazza, how did it go? Are they all dead?"
No, mate. We're gonna go find a new cave and put them in that one.
Okay. How long will that
Just
take?
hang tight. We'll be back. Don't let the military stab them while we're gone. And
Are
then
you
just walk
leaving?
away.
Temporarily.
Okay.
We'll be back. Maybe.
Very well. I'll wait here, my lord.
That's all you need to do, and I'm not your lord, mate.
Oh. All right. So,
Once we're
What are you
all in the
doing?
forest, Bazza's gonna be like, alright, mate, where are we actually going?
Wherever you command, my lord.
What,
Look like no.
wasn't the salamanders? Didn't they tell us where the cave was?
Nope. They just said they came out of the ground.
You didn't think of asking them where the cave was?
They said nearby. That's as far as I got.
Bez is having
I
a day.
told you I'm not good at this, mate. You put me in charge. Suffer the consequences.
Okay.
Get the sense directions and distances are hard for them. So nearby is just as relative as for a while.
Yeah, give me a moment. Let me see if I can get something sorted. I'm going to look around for a small critter of some kind to talk to.
Okay.
Ooh.
Make a, a perception check, I guess. What kind of critter are you looking for?
Preferably one that's small and would be able to go into, well, would have known about caves from coming across one.
Okay.
That's a 15.
And there are various birds around. Bugs. I don't know if you can talk with bugs. Bugs are not very smart. There are probably, I mean, with a 15, I would say probably birds are your best bet at this stage.
Yeah, it just says I can make an impression on animals, so it's not very
I can
specific.
make small requests from animals. Oh, make an impression. Oh, you probably have the same thing I do. And very
Yeah.
simple
Wild
requests.
empathy.
Yeah.
So it's not speak with animals the way I don't
No.
get to be an obnoxious bird. Okay, cool.
No.
Sad.
We can
So-
communicate with them on a rudimentary level.
I see.
Yeah. It says that you can communicate with them. It doesn't specify that you can understand them. It just says,
Yeah,
I guess, you can speak
I would
to
say it's like being able to get a bird and be like, "Hey, do you know where such and such is?" And the bird goes and flies off, and you follow the bird, like that kind of vibe, rather than.
Okay, so I'm going to find a bird and go, "Hello, bird. I require your assistance, and I'm willing to pay you in berries." Okay. Okay. Yes. If you can show me to where the nearest cave is, I will give you this berry, and I hold up a dried raspberry from my ration pouch.
It does that like fluffy thing birds do, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if you'd like to lead the way, you will follow, and then you'll get your berry.
It pecks at the berry.
Okay. How about 5 berries? I'll pull out some more berries.
It hops onto your hand and pecks at the berries.
I take away most of the berries and leave that one and go, "Yes, you get this berry, but then afterwards you get the rest of the berries when we find the cave."
It flies off. Are you following it? Okay. It like flies off to a tree and stops and turns and goes.
Right. Follow the bird, please.
All right.
Dumb weird
You
things.
followed the
Fascinating.
bird. I am going to roll for the bird's knowledge of caves.
Oh no.
You jinxed it, Gavin.
Cool. The bird leads you for a while and eventually stops at a large tree with a hole in it and hops into the hole and turns around and looks at you expectantly.
Okay. Maybe I should have been a bit more specific.
I mean, it's
Well-
not wrong.
It's not. Okay.
From a certain point of view, this is a cave.
Here's the berries.
It eats the berries.
Okay.
Very pleased with itself that it has successfully achieved its goal.
Okay. Well, I mean, I suppose he did a good job. But yeah, that's not too useful. We'll need to find the cave on our own.
And how do you propose to do this?
Is it too far to walk back into town and ask someone?
I mean,
Can
it took
I-
you 2 hours to get here.
Yeah.
Can I make a survival check to see if it looks like there's any landscapes that might have a cave, like any hills
Sure.
nearby, anything like that?
Yeah, streams, cliffs, banks, anything. Stuff.
Were any of you on the pudding mission?
14.
The pudding mission?
Briar knows that there are quite extensive underground caverns underneath the forest. But you looking around where you are right now, you're not like, aha, there's a cave right there. The pudding mission, the farm.
Yeah,
Nerys would ask.
that's why the jelly tentacle monster thing.
Right. Didn't you guys say that the boy found it in a cave? How far would that cave be from
Yeah.
here?
Good question. Would better remember how far I don't remember if we asked how far the cave was.
You didn't ask him where he got it from, but you do know that the Baxter's farm is right outside of Circle Creek, which is 2 hours from here. On foot.
Presumably the
In a
cave
relatively
is not
same
far.
direction, or like the opposite side?
Did
No,
we
it's
cross,
the
like,
farm. The
cross their
farmland
farm?
is kind of north. What was that?
Right. So, yeah, that you answered my question anyway.
So it's also too far to go back and ask the Baxter boy where the cave.
Yeah, we could go see. I mean, we could go see Baxter Boy and see where you found the cave.
Are the goblins closer?
Are we not having put it in?
We're not
The
having pudding, brother.
goblins are not really any closer because they're like southeast of Circle Creek, in the forest.
Right.
The pudding was a monster.
I like.
Well, we know this
It
cave's
was
in this.
bad pudding.
If we spread out, we should be able to find one before too long.
I mean, we could
You're
just go
gonna
to the
spread
Baxters.
out in the great Elthian forest.
Yeah, do not spread out the Great Forest. It's a bad idea, mate.
Let's spread out and let's all go different directions forever. These are two different sentences. We can still be
we could,
inside.
Keep an eye for caves as we make our way to the Baxters. Maybe we'll find the cave before we get to the farm.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Talking a 5-hour round trip. Well, that's a lot of forest section.
Well, the other option is to go back and sample the lizard people.
Well, that's the quickest option.
I mean,
haven't
I'd
been
rather not have to
fine.
stab people for no reason just because they're homeless.
That doesn't
Didn't you
sound very nice.
attack the people who you gave money to?
Yeah, but they're criminals.
Again, you're saying their lives worth more than or less than 5 hours walk. So
I don't know how much a life is worth. I'm not a mathematician.
Do bears live in caves?
Often.
Sometimes.
They quite often hibernate in caves, but most of the time they'll be traveling around to try and find different food sources.
Why don't we find a bear? Ask a bear.
Or at least
You can
attract
do that with a bear,
or
right?
attracted
What
a
you did
bear
with the
at
bird?
Yes, but we'd have to find the bear first.
Well, I can try to survey wildlife again, since we're now in the forest around creatures.
Okay, make a survival check.
roll for bear.
Look for evidence of bear.
Look for bear scan.
Roll high, Chelsea.
Can we do a
That's not.
survival?
I don't think I've rolled like above a 10 without my modifiers yet. That's a 15.
Do you have inspiration from chat?
Oh, that's a good
You do.
question. Sure, let's try that again. That's an 18.
Okay. I would say that you can find some evidence of a bear, but it's a little bit old. The footprints,
Doesn't have to be
bear
a young
poop.
bear.
Progress.
She will
A
point
rock
it all out
falls
to
from the sky and crushes Syren.
My fault. Yeah. Fair enough. It's been a whole campaign. I couldn't.
Your
I'll be
Garrett
good
is
now.
showing. Oh,
I think that's just Gavin.
probably.
She'll grab Bergamot's hand, pull her over. Look, 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 look! There are bears!
It's probably
Oh.
a couple of days old.
We're bears!
Okay. Oh, I could try, and I could turn into a bear, and then try and call for the other bear by roaring.
And then we
This
are.
is
Really
going to go
cool.
great.
Are we going to have
See
to kill the
nothing wrong
bear
with this.
anyway because it's going to show us its cave?
Turn your radius on to like
the,
20
the
clicks
cave
and see
the
what
bear
happens.
knows best is its own cave, right?
Well, the bear might know of multiple caves, and if there was one
But
that
is-
had a sort of dangerous aura around it, they would probably avoid it, because animals have good instincts about this kind of thing.
Not if they are the dangerous aura.
If you
Then
turn
it's
into a
Snuggly's home
bear,
cave.
will you know where the cave is?
No, sadly, I will not know anything more than I already do right now.
Oh, let's try it. Let's try it. See what
You're
we-
not a very good bear then.
I'm trying. I'm getting better at it.
He's just a bear
Okay,
with a very
so-
simple brain.
So you're turning into a bear and just shouting for other bears. Is that the plan?
Rooming into the void.
Kind of, yes.
Okay. All right. Please make a diplomacy check.
A bear
Okay.
society check.
I turned into a bear, and I just.
You making angry bear noises or sexy bear noises?
Is it a mating call?
I'm going to re-roll that using my Twitch inspiration.
Angry or sexy bear noises is what we all really want to know.
This is a good question.
Lost.
Probably
Alone bear
not.
noises.
Yeah, probably not angry. More just like an
Lonely
alarm
bear.
sound.
Distressed bear noises.
Distressed bear noises. Okay. What was your diplomacy check?
I'm going to re-roll it because that was a 10.
So this is now using your hero point, or is this the first reroll?
This is the first re-roll.
Okay. Sorry, I misunderstood.
That's better. That's a 23.
Okay. Cool. Bergamot changes into what kind of bear are you?
Considering we're in a deep forest,
How
I
much
would-
does Jamie know about bears?
not much. There's mountains to the north.
Yep.
So I'm gonna go.
Grizzly is
for-
always a good choice.
Would you ask anybody's opinion?
May I
like the
suggest
Canadian in the
Bergamot?
room.
Bergamot would probably know this.
Bergamot would know this.
Oh,
100% Bergamot would know. That's all
Yeah.
good. You turn into a environmentally appropriate bear.
That sounds good to me.
Cool.
something
Cool.
smaller or something bigger?
And
That's a
and you
t-shirt.
you shout in bear, "Oh no, please help." But you're very convincing.
Yeah.
I'm rolling for this shit. Let's go.
When I'm done that, I turn back into Bergamot and then sit down and go, you'll have to talk to it. I need to recharge. And I just start channeling my nature again.
All right. There's a period of time passes of like 15, 20 minutes, and then you start to hear the crashing noises of something large moving through the forest towards you. And you watch as a very large black bear comes out of the trees and like sniffs the air and then turns and looks at all of you. And goes, I don't know what noise bears make, I'm making this up.
Alright, mate, this is your time to shine. I don't speak beer.
Who's communicating with the bear?
I mean, I can try.
All right.
Yeah, that's what I asked because I'm currently trying to rechannel my points.
So, Briar, you come up to the bear
Yeah.
and you wave in the bear's face.
And then I say, "Hi, can you take us to your house?" I think I have to make,
Make
a
a-
diplomacy.
Yes.
Well, that wasn't a no.
Man, we need to go to Ijala, you guys. That's
So
where all
I've
the
got
animals I
a
actually know are.
24. I also have shameless request, which means when I request something... Oh, never mind. That doesn't. Unless
Okay.
this is going to be a failure.
The bear like looks at you and kind of sniffs your hair, flowers,
My
whatever
flower?
you have.
My flower. Tickle.
And turns and starts walking into the forest. And then stops, looks over his shoulder, and goes, "Huh." Walking.
Let's go.
Follow in the bear.
I love this. I love this. It's great.
This game took a turn, you guys. We're so far off the book right now. Like, yeah, cool. All right, so you proceed to follow the bear through the forest for a while.
I'll mention that because it took longer than 10 minutes, I was able to recharge one focus point by communing with nature, basically.
Cool. You follow the bear through the forest, and eventually you come to a bear cave. And the bear turns outside of the cave and goes, "Huh." However, this is this bear's cave.
Yep.
So
Briar's
I see
not
another
very
problem looming
smart.
on the future. Yeah. Syren looks
Hey,
at
does the terrain look like
there's
the other caves around? Like, is
It's
it
a starting point.
cave in a cliff,
It's like-
or-
it's in it's in like a hilly thing. There's like a little cave, hilly region.
well, should
If
we
you would
wander around
like,
the hill?
Orvis, you can make a survival check to see if there are more caves.
Can
Look,
I
where
pet
there's
the
smoke,
bear?
there is fire. I also would like to pet the bear.
It's a 20.
A 20. You get the feeling that there probably are more caves in this. Like, this is more than just a single cave. There's a system here.
So what do you reckon, guys? I reckon there'll be more caves around here. Shall we wander around this hill and see what we find? Leave this bear alone.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's a good idea.
Can we roll to pet the bear?
You sure can. Let me look up bear stats for
Oh,
when I
dear.
bite you.
What would you like us to roll?
I guess. Is there animal handling? Is that a thing? I can't remember.
No,
It's
just
just bear
There's
stats.
diplomacy. I mean,
And nature.
Nature, then, I think. Okay.
Well, give me
Is there a
something
common
good.
sense roll to do it so you don't?
I rolled really well.
It's wisdom. Wisdom save. Will save.
Whatever
Roll
the
a
common sense
16.
roll is, they've already failed it.
What
I
did
got-
you get, Nerys?
16.
And I
Big
got
thank you, bear.
22.
Nerys, the bear is going to bite you.
Oh,
Because this is a wild animal. Do not pet wild animals, people. That is a terrible idea. Don't do it. This is
In
Conservation Jack's teaching you an important lesson in Fantasyland by biting you with a bear. All right. Please hold
In
while I figure this
real-
out.
in real life, it's a bad idea, but in video game and Fantasyland TTRPG,
Do not
Please
pet
pet-
bears. This has been Life Lessons with Jax.
do as I say,
All
not
right.
as I do.
Here we go. I'm going to just roll for bear attack. Fuck's sake. Does an 18 hit you?
Meets it, beats it.
Excellent. Here is your important lesson.
Nerys, no, stop. Never mind.
Please take 4 points of bear bitey damage as the bear snaps at your hand when you try to pet it.
I
Briar, you're
also-
okay. It's already friends
Okay.
with you.
Oh, okay.
22
cool.
is fine.
That may
My
have
brain
been a bad
DC was 20.
idea.
That
my
wasn't
God.
very nice.
It turns around and goes into its cave. It's had enough of you lot. Coming into its home, patting him on the head.
I was just trying to say thank you. Whatever.
right.
I feel like Nerys grew up in a jungle. She should know better.
She made fun of the animals. She likes animals. They just don't like her.
Anyway, what are we doing?
Now we know what.
Perhaps one of you more athletic type should try and climb one of the trees, get a good look around.
I mean, how dense is a tree amount?
There's a lot of
actual
trees.
work?
Yeah, I think if we climb a tree, we're just going to see more trees. Probably best we all just
Yeah,
walk around
that's
and
what I was thinking as well.
Just down the
Okay.
ground.
I guess we'll just walk around and have a look.
just
Yeah,
spot
let's
up one
wander. Stick into pairs probably. Nobody go out on their own. Seems like a very bad idea.
Mhm. The caves might be connected though, because the forest has a whole bunch of caves, and then there's tunnels, and they connect
Yeah,
to the
but-
caves.
We were
You
looking
think
at
that they will
collapsing
let us through?
anyway, yeah?
Also, I mean, it's hard enough to find your way around a forest. The cave would be much more difficult.
So what are you doing?
I suppose we're just splitting off into teams and looking for a hanging cave.
So what are your teams? In what way would you like to split this party?
This is gonna go so well.
The
I will
Quinn
go
should
with
probably keep
Orvis.
the Lord Commander safe, just in
Alright.
case there's ever a challenge to the crown.
Alright, I guess I'm taking Syren with me.
I'll take Nerys.
Cool.
Bergamot
Alright.
and Orvis. Alright. Syren and Bazza. Make me a survival check, please. For the finding of good caves.
At this stage, even
15.
adequate caves would do. They don't have to be good. They just have to be caves.
You can each roll, or one of you can roll with a +2 assistance bonus. Up to you. How you want to do that.
Should we roll each? Oh my
Yeah,
lord,
I
let
think
me
we just
assist.
roll individually.
Yes, Syren? What did you get?
I was going to assist my lord, but we can roll individually.
Okay. I'm sorry, Fernando, but it had to come out eventually.
No, this is about as exactly as I thought it was going to go. Not anyone important, not something big, just some random dude's like, oh, wait a second.
There's no point in having secrets in your character unless we bring them out into the open eventually.
It's a 21
15
for
Dead right.
21.
Syren.
What did you get, Bazza?
Yeah.
15.
Okay. Bazza's a bit distracted. It's been a day for him. He's been reminded of things he was trying to forget about. Syren, you definitely can probably locate a decent enough cave on this cliff face. There's like a bunch of. The tricky part is going to be not letting it connect to the bear's cave in some way.
Yeah.
Bergamot and Orvis. Please make some
What are we rolling?
survival.
27.
Orvis?
Yeah, come on. I think. 8.
This is not your area of expertise. Fortunately, though,
No.
you have a druid with you. And Bergamot, you find an excellent cave. It's dry. It goes deep into the mountain. You can see where it would be relatively straightforward to collapse it. There's like a couple of nice chambers off the main passageway. It's a good cave for living in, if that was what you
Perfect.
wanted to do.
Yeah, and I would like
Briar-
to mention that the reason why he was so distracted was because the entire time I was pointing out different plants, going, "Oh, that one's great for if goblins get rashes on their feet, and that one's great for."
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Briar and Nerys. Survival, please.
I got a nat 1 for 7.
Nerys?
Got a 24. Where was that
bad.
earlier?
All right.
All right. Briar's distracted. Briar's telling you off for petting the bear.
And she's distracted because she's going to tell Nerys that I don't know if you noticed, but the other fleshy looks exactly like you. You're like the same, but you're not the same.
He's my twin.
Siren and not Siren.
Mm-hmm. Nerys, you can find some pretty decent caves as well. Not quite as good as Bergamot's one, but they would work.
Better than Sirens.
Better than Sirens, and that's the important thing. I too have siblings. I understand. All right. So what are you doing? Did you make an arrangement for how long you were going?
Yeah, how are we going to contact each other? I realized that now that we have no arrangement. So,
Caca.
you know what?
Yeah.
You know where to get in touch with your sibling, sister, whatever.
Yes.
Or secret.
Think
Sibling code?
really
You got that one of those, right?
There are three things I can do. I can think really hard. I can sleep on it, or I can just yell out, "Nerys! I found something!" He yells out.
I like the
Nerys,
last one.
I
So
found
was the last one, right?
You hear Nerys yell back, "Siren, I found something too!"
Bergamot, you can hear all of this going on.
We're just gonna begin walking in their general direction then, because
All right.
Bergamot does not like the idea of yelling.
Let's use grid echolocation. Continue yelling until we're close enough that we find each other.
Marco!
Marco.
Until the twin leprosy.
Is this
We're showing our age, Gavin.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Marco.
All right. You all eventually manage to find each other. What happens next?
How good would the
We
kids you got
compare
y'all
caves.
found, mates?
Yeah,
Because we found
compare
all right, I
caves.
think.
So we'll rate the
Okay.
caves 1, 2, 3, 4 on a scale of 1 to 10.
I give our cave a 21 out of an arbitrary scale.
On a
My
scale of 1
cave
to
was-
30.
Yeah.
My cave was 7 oranges out of a barrel.
It is permitted and zoned residential, so.
My cave was one red panda out of 10. No,
Okay,
5
cool.
red pandas out of 10, because it was a nice cave.
It was nice.
5 red pandas.
Well, let's bring the salamanders in, and they can see which cave they prefer. For whatever reason, they might like one that we think might not be the best. It might be more
That's a good
defensible for
idea.
them, or whatever
That's
reason. Let them
The
choose. It's going to
simplest
be their
fix
home.
idea we've had all day, mate. Well done.
Before we do that, however, how are we going to block the cave, and are any of them going to collapse and no longer be a cave if we block the cave?
I mean, if we bump the tunnel deep enough, it shouldn't collapse the whole cave.
We could also reinforce it. I mean, we have some pretty useful people here. I'm sure they could figure something out.
I also wonder.
I
if
mean,
there are
yeah, we can build
material-
like nice support struts, but we need wood for that.
There might be something in the watchtower, and certainly the military was going to bring materials anyway.
I don't think the military want to give materials to a bunch of salamander people.
They're not.
I
They're
mean,
giving it to us.
Do they want to give it to us?
Probably not.
Or they might want to give it to their not prince.
If they give it to us,
Not a prince,
will
no
they
lord.
take it out of
we know
whatever they're
this.
paying us?
A baron, perhaps. A marquis. Yes, you look like a marquis.
Oh,
No. Don't live on the borders.
Grand Poobah.
A duke.
the doink.
A doink.
Just a
Right.
joke.
So
Let's go
what's
back
happening?
to our island. Back to
Talking and
lizards.
talking, I
Back to the
think.
cave. I'll make sure we know the way
Alright.
back to the caves.
Make a survival check because you followed a bunch of animals to get here. How much attention were you paying?
Alright, do we want to just have one person roll with like how aid, or do we want to just
Who is in charge of getting you back to the tower?
Surely
I
the
vote
druids.
Bergamot.
I think
Bergamot?
one of the do it, but
Bergamot. Make a survival
Oh,
check.
You have now been elected the leader.
If you do it as a bear, do you get like a situational bonus for smell or anything? A wolf?
Yeah. If I was trying to track something, I have imprecise smell, but no, not for finding my way through. Anyway, that's a 24.
Okay. Yeah, you're fine. Bergamot is like, well, the rest of you weren't paying attention, but I was. This is not Bergamot's first jaunt into the forest.
I just follow the plants that I found, because
Mm.
then I know which direction they were.
The
Awesome.
elephant trail of 6 people and a bear is probably pretty.
Yeah. All right. So you find your way back to the tower, and
Is all Phelan still around? What's his
as you
response to
approach,
us
you
coming
come out of
the
the forest, and he's standing there looking like he's trying to be on guard, but he's very nervous about it. And he looks up and he goes, "Oh, good, you came back. That's good. That's good, my lord.
No, stop that.
Sir, it's
Just keep it watch. We're gonna get the people out of town. Just stay there.
okay. Yes, my lord. Yes.
No, what did I just say?
Sir, he just closes his mouth like he knows that there's no way of winning this.
This is like
His
the
entire
actual
life
way
of
this.
servitude is fighting against your orders here. He's like, I should follow the orders, but the orders are wrong.
I'm kind of dying from this. Oh my god.
He's going to have a
So we're
stroke.
making our way
To be
back up.
honest.
Alright, so you meander back up the thing.
Yeah, we will shout. I will shout them in Draconic. We're back. Don't shoot.
Okay, they do not shoot. You get back up to the top. He's still standing there with the crossbow like he's been there the whole time.
Did you
Just
make a
waiting.
little sunburn?
Yeah, he probably is.
Having to
Probably
dry
is.
out
No,
a bit.
because
yeah.
it's not a sunny day. I wrote it down. It's like stormy and cloudy today. Dark and stormy day. No sun.
Mate, we found you a bunch of caves. You can choose your favorite. We'll just collapse it, and you should be good.
Cool. But what about the tentacles? Oh, the collapsing. Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll collapse it. So we're collapsing it.
Do you know how to do that?
Yeah, we just need you to grab your mates and grab all your gear, so we don't want to just clear out the place, and we'll just go.
Okay. Hey, bros, we're gonna go to a new cave. Cool.
Grab an axe if we've got one, or maybe two.
They come out with like, some of them have javelins, a couple of them have like clubs. There's one that has an axe and he's just like holding it like this. He looks like he's
Bazza,
probably
is there
even he's dumb even for this group.
All right, Bergamot, mate, if you want to take us back to the cave space.
Should we check for any materials we could use first?
Yeah.
Sure. Make a
I'll be right back. Turn this on.
a builder check. Make a, I guess, crafting? Let's go with crafting. Check. To find materials that you can use.
Okay, our crafting man is currently busy.
How do we?
Orvis got a 26.
Orvis got a
Oh, that's a
26.
good one.
Okay,
Nice.
very good.
Sorry, interrupted
Orvis,
over what I missed.
it's all good. You missed Orvis beating you at crafting. Orvis, you managed to find a bunch of bits of wood and stuff that would be useful for making caves. Point of order.
Any tools?
Are you all getting nice and close up with these lizard guys now?
Well,
Not if we don't have to.
The problem was at a reasonable distance.
Define a reasonable distance.
Like
10
enough that
feet.
we're leading
15
them, but not so that we have to smell them consistently.
Orvis was poking through their gear, so he was.
Orvis, make a fortitude save for me.
A fortitude save.
Because these guys smell horrible.
It will be a 17.
Okay, you're fine. You're fine.
good.
It's gross, but you can deal with it. All right. So
Along
you
with lumber,
gather.
do we find any tools? Like pickaxes?
There are no
or-
tools. No,
Okay.
nothing like
Right,
that.
right.
There's one guy has an axe, which looks like it's been It's
Yeah.
seen many decades. This axe, it is not in good shape. But otherwise, this place has been abandoned, and these are not beings that generally are making things. So they don't have any useful tools with them, no. But you have a carpenter with you. Does Bazza bring all his carpentry shit with him on missions?
He's got his repair kit and all his tools. Yeah.
There you go.
While we're kind of like within 10 feet of these salamanders, can we do like a first aid check or something? Are they in good condition? Or are they
Did you say you're
suffering?
within 10 feet of them?
About, yeah?
Can you make a fortitude save for me, please?
I should have been more specific. Yep. 16.
16 is the DC. So you're alright. They. Oh, we lost someone.
You're looking a little green there, brother.
There goes wrong.
Are you
You
okay?
are, in fact, looking green. It's pretty gross.
Okay.
Here he
But
is.
you're okay.
Respect.
But it's
Okay.
it's yuck. Yes, you can make a medicine check if you wish.
Yeah, Syren's not trained. Is that a problem?
No, it just reduces your modifier.
Just want to see if, being above ground or anything has affected them. This
The
does
hero
not
labs
like me, eh?
pause.
Yeah.
It does
Hero
take a
labs
while
pause.
sometimes. It's all good.
Okay. I don't feel nearly so bad then. It's only +1. It won't be stellar. That's okay.
Okay, we'll come back to it once it's done rolling.
Yeah.
All right. So you've gathered up some lumber. You all are carrying this lumber through the forest, followed by 6 very pasty lizard reptilian beings. Phelan, as you come down, backs right off from them, and it's like, you're just taking
Stay, mate.
them
Just
away.
stay. Just stay.
Okay, I'll wait here, shall I, my lord?
Yes.
The
Sit.
headman.
Hey. Good boy.
All right. So you take these beings to these 3 caves you have found. They peruse all 3 very carefully. They come out of the one that Syren and Bazza found, like wrinkling their noses and go, no, that one smells like bear, bro. We don't want that. Bears are smelly. Bergamot's one, they are like, this is dope. We love this cave. Nerys is one, they're like, yeah, this is alright. But I think we like the other one. That was good. It had like rooms and everything. If you think you can break it down for us, the back, so that we don't get eaten by things, that would be awesome.
Yeah, that sounds good. Let's go in there and have a look.
So how are you collapsing this cave?
Right?
I have no fucking clue none of this guy.
I have an idea.
Yes, tell us your idea.
I
Badger,
would
badger, badger.
like. I have a spell called Wall of Thorns, which lets me create a wall of thorns that breaks through from the ground.
Okay.
This Wall of Thorn is, I think, it can be up to 60 feet long, 10 feet high, and 5 foot thick.
Mhm.
Can I grow it from the ceiling to weaken the ceiling enough so then someone could hit it and collapse it?
I will let you roll for that, because that's a good
I would
idea.
love to.
Make a, I guess, is it usually a save? The spell? Or is it an attack?
Yeah,
I
it's
assume it's
a save.
What kind of save is it? Sounds
Oh
like a
no,
reflex
sorry,
thing.
no, it's not a save at all. It's literally just create a very pointy wall. So if anyone moves into or against the wall, they take 3d4 piercing damage.
Okay.
Um,
So you're growing it out of the ceiling, is your plan. Okay.
Yep. Right from the ceiling, have it go down as far as it can, but not touch the ground below it. So then it's hanging and creating more force.
Right.
down it.
Right. Make a, I guess, Arcana check. She says, making shit up. For how effectively you can make the spell do what you want it to do in this case, since you're not using it for its usual purpose.
That's a 29.
Amazing. All right, you're fairly confident that the roof of this cave tunnel is weakened. Now
Okay. We just need one good hit. Who would like to?
Yeah, I can help with that. So
Okay. Here, let me set you up, and I just quickly check through my pockets, find. Yes, this will do. And I just walk up to you and just kind of splatter berry on your forehead, and then tap you with my staff and cast enlarge.
Cool.
But-
Nerys is a tad jealous now.
All right, you're now actually a tall, dark, and handsome halfling.
all right.
Not just tall for a halfling. What are you doing? I'm gonna laugh if it's like magic missile.
It's pretty much magic missile.
Amazing.
Get a much better look at what I'm doing now. So he's gonna cast. I've lost the name of it. Telekinetic projectile.
Yep.
So he can hurl up to one bulk. So he'll just look for a good-sized rock on the ground or something, and fire it at the ceiling, and it does.
Okay. Make an attack roll. Is it an attack thing? I assume it is.
I assume it is too.
I mean, the DC's not high. Don't roll a 1.
Yeah, spell attack roll.
Yep. Make an attack roll.
Spell attack.
What was your medicine in the end there, Syren?
12. Earth shattering.
They
It was
seem
a
a bit
19.
A 19? Okay, yep. Roll your damage.
6.
6. Okay. Some of it falls down.
Yeah.
It's not a complete collapse, but more of it than you would expect because of the weakening. But it's not completely collapsed, but it is definitely breaking. What else you got?
Oh, do I just do it again? Anyone else got anything else? I can just do that again.
I mean, Bez's got javelins and a trident. He can just start stabbing at the third.
I mean,
Get it out.
I was just trying to keep away from it while we did it.
I could hit it with my fist, although it might collapse on top of me, so that's probably
It
not a
might.
good idea.
Why I wanted to
Yeah,
Let's not do that.
fade away.
Yeah, Bez just wants to throw a javelin at this thing. Like a lot
Alright,
of force.
make an attack roll. With your javelin. I will say once
18.
you do that, the salamander guys will also start throwing their javelins at it because they're like,
18
oh,
or
okay, we
9
can do
damage.
this.
Aren't you going to lose your javelins when it falls on
Hello.
top of them?
Yep.
Oh well, buy new
Alright.
ones.
Cool. Yep, that a bit more of it falls down. You kind of get the feeling one more good hit will do the trick.
Bergamot, can you do the enlarge thing again on someone?
No, I already used it. Sorry.
Okay. Nerys is gonna find a rock and toss it
Okay.
because she doesn't want to use a
Make-
throwing knife.
Make a attack with your rock. We're throwing
Okay.
rocks at a cave roof. That's what's happening. in this
Since
game.
she is trained in throwing weapons, can I add my normal bonus to this?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. That was kind of what I was going for.
Yeah.
Was throwing a rock with bonuses. Okay, where's a plain D20? You know what? We're just gonna roll the dart.
Just use. Yeah, I was gonna say just use the standard roll for what you would use. It just will be bludgeoning instead of piercing.
So 22
Cool. Roll your damage.
for 4 damage.
All right. Given this and the fact that they're not actually salamanders, they're called Zulgath. Are also throwing javelins at it. That you do eventually collapse this tunnel with the weakening that Bergamot has done to it, and there's now a big pile of boulders and stuff, and the tunnel is closed off. And they go, "Huh, cool. That was cool. This is better than the other place. There's less sun. We're glad to have done you this favor."
All right, let me pay you guys back for the favor. I'm just gonna grab like one of the lumber things, and it's going to like sort of pry jam it. Like, how to explain this in words? I have the idea of what I want to do in my mind, but it's basically grab the beam, put it onto the ceiling, and then push it in so it's kind of like jammed against the ceiling. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And both like the ceiling and the floor, so it's like stuck in there.
So you're kind of creating a support here.
Exactly, that's the idea. It's just like, so you see what I just did, Bates? Just do that with the rest of these. You should be all sorted.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that. Yep. Cool. Hey, is it okay if we eat the bear?
If you can kill it, I guess.
Cool.
I would be
certainly
concerned
try.
about that because bears are quite strong.
I mean, if they think they can take the bear.
Survival of the fittest, I suppose.
Sounds like a them problem. to
Doesn't
me.
like pets.
Like, but everybody,
We
you
were
don't
gonna-
understand what they're saying, actually, so you have no idea they want to kill the bear.
Unless Bazza has translated.
Bazza is not translating as he goes. This does not have that class of language.
Okay.
A good thing.
Cool. All right. The Zulgaths are happily in their cave, making a comfortable home for themselves out of the horrible rays of the sun. What are you doing?
Alright, good luck, mates. The rest of us, in terms of the party, we should probably get up and finish the job by actually checking the tower that they've got like traps and whatnot.
Agree.
Going to be my suggestion. Yes.
Lord Bazza, what are
Not a
the...
lord. Not a lord.
You're not saying his full thing right. It's my lord Prince.
Bazza.
Not a
thank you
lord,
for
not a
clarification.
prince.
Is Bazza
Duke.
your real name?
Sure is.
Interesting.
Bazza? Baron?
Bazza.
What was your question,
Bazza?
mate?
Prince Bazza. Bazza Prince.
Do we know the salamanders, now that they are rehoused, what's their impact on the local environs? How will they...
Not a bloody clue, mate.
There'll be one less beer by the sound of it.
You didn't hear that. You don't know.
They
It was
might
in
eat
Draconic.
the bears. I guess if they were thinking about fighting the bear, I don't know.
There are plenty of very fierce creatures in this forest. I think it should even out. If not, then the dryads will take care of it probably.
As long as there's a corrective mechanism if needs be. Excellent. To the tower, then.
Right.
Oh, that's
Let's
why
get
we're
back
here,
to
right?
tower and finish,
We're
all right?
protecting the environment.
Introduced
We're here
species never
because-
ever did anything wrong.
We were here because some rich people
bit-
wanted us to be here. That's about it.
Well, we were here because a bunch of salamanders were affecting their environment because they had been introduced.
Well, there's already
Now
an
we've
imbalance
moved them,
because
so they're
there's
going
a
to
tentacle-
affect a different environment that probably.
There's a tentacle monster where it shouldn't be. So
Mm.
yeah.
This is an
This is too much
important
for me, Bates. I
conservation.
have no idea what you are. You lost me.
To the watchtower.
Watch
Alright,
there.
let's
Walking and flying.
get the job we were hired to do done.
Done.
All right.
Yep.
So you head back to the tower.
Mhm.
The creatures are obviously not there anymore. We can remove them.
Yay.
Nice work. Wait, why won't it let me? Oh, because I'm on the wrong layer. Alrighty. What are you looking for? What are you doing?
Looking for traps. Not the first time spent with episode for traps.
Alright, make a perception check, please.
That's a 19.
There are no traps. This is they clearly just moved in. Like there are a couple of kind of rudimentary kind of tents set up that they're obviously spending their daytime in. When you go up to the top, you can see the remnants of like an old beacon. It looks really nice on the map, but that's a lie. It doesn't look like that in real life. It looks like it hasn't been used in 50, 60, 70 years. It's in bad shape, but it has decent structure, so it will be easy enough to rebuild and functional again. But it's currently very wrecked. But these guys obviously just moved in and made themselves comfortable, but they haven't like set traps or anything like that. They were relying heavily on the fact that they could shoot people as they approached.
Thinking on Adlin's conversation beforehand, anything worth salvaging?
They took anything of theirs with them, and there was nothing really here before that. It was like abandoned decades ago. So anything that might have been has long been taken away.
Yes, with this.
Yeah.
Is there any interesting lichen?
I'm sure there's lots of interesting lichen.
Yes, I will collect.
Because this
All
is an
lichen is interesting from a
abandoned
certain
place.
point of view.
Yeah. You can definitely find yourself some interesting mushrooms or something.
Yes. Bergamot just goes around and goes, "Oh, yes."
Like
this
it's pretty gross. It still smells quite horrible. There's, you know, the where you can see the fire that is still there. Like they had obviously built this fire, but they really just set up home in the first place they found that was not that they felt safe in.
Alright, I guess out of the place here, we'll just report back to old Franklin. Tell him job's done. Get up, hey, get going.
When you get down the mountain, you see him sitting on a rock with his head in his hands like this, and he's just like, "Oh, what do I tell them back in Elder Castle? I'm supposed to tell them that he's just
Caleb,
What? Huh? Oh,
you're done.
yes.
Job done. Tower
Good.
cleared. No traps. No
Good.
nothing. You're good to go.
Thank you, my lord. That's
No,
very.
no, stop that. Just give us our pay, and we'll be on our way.
Sir, I have to ask.
No, you don't. You want to, but you don't have to.
I feel that I'm going to be asked difficult questions.
You
When
did.
I
I was
return-
there. Bazza was here. That's it. That's all you need to say. That's technically true. Bazza was here.
Don't even have to say that. Just say the Gallant Horde did the job and the tower is free. You don't have to tell which members did it.
Sir, are you asking me to lie to your father?
No. Wait.
You don't.
Hold on. No, I don't want to be involved in this. I'm just a bloke.
You don't have to mention any names. Just say the Gallant Horde did the job. You're not lying.
Also, I'll mention that the tower stinks pretty bad, so you may want to leave it for a little bit to air out.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I shall do my assessment and then go up back to Elder Castle and then not say anything about the specific individuals that helped.
Exactly.
And hope no
Well
one
done,
ever
mate.
asks me.
You just, just members of the Gallant Horde.
Sir, I must ask, does Miss Smith knows though, yes?
Miss Smith knows who I am, yeah.
So
That's
if she doesn't,
knows
she will
Bazza.
soon.
Right. She is very bold.
Evelyn's can handle herself. I've known her long enough to know she can deal with this. She's a grown woman
Well-
who makes her own decisions.
Thank you all for your assistance here today. Jax doesn't remember what she said she was paying you for this mission. Does anyone
never
remember
said.
what? Have I never said?
I don't think you ever said.
Probably
100
because
gold.
no one
We're
ever
fucking hard
asked.
on that one.
The twins
I'm pretty
would
sure it
not
was
think
100
to
gold.
ask.
It's mentioned somewhere.
I think it was 100 gold. Yeah, actually, that rings a bell.
Yeah, it's listed somewhere
Yeah,
on
it
one
was
of the
100
channels or
something
something.
somewhere.
He hands over a
Yeah.
pouch of gold to Bazza.
Is
And
the
he
correct
says-
amount of gold here?
Of course, sir. Of course.
Good.
I would never dream of trying to cheat someone of your status. Or
That's
anyone
contract.
else,
What status
because
is that
I'm,
exactly?
I'm
know
an
he was
honest
coming.
person. Honest
Exactly.
person.
If subcontractors right, we'll be all good.
I'm just a bit flustered. I wasn't expecting to see you. You understand?
Would you like a hug? Syren
No.
motions to the leaky.
No, I do not want a hug. Right. Well, good. Thank you. I shall continue with my task, I suppose.
Hold your breath.
We leave you in peace.
It's a luck.
I believe you can do it, mate.
He starts trudging up the hill. He is trudging.
Did we see any bugs while we were in there?
In the building? Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Okay.
Eating the
Oh,
lichen.
as he walks away, Nerys will shout, "Look out for the spiders!" And then just.
Ah, spiders! You see him shiver, like full body shudder.
Eh.
Spiders are wonderful. They do really great work for the ecological system.
I know that.
Those are a lot of big words there, mate.
Yeah.
I
So,
don't understand
Bazza,
some people.
Azurwaka. So Bazza, how do you feel about the rest of the Horde finding this out?
Finding out what? That we did a job?
No. You know what I'm talking about.
I genuinely do not.
I mean,
I
they're
believe
gonna
him.
ask if we just call you Prince Bazza all the time. They're gonna ask.
I mean, I'll just tell them you guys made it up on the spot. Just technically true.
Mm-hmm.
Mate, I'm
Okay.
just a carpenter. I've walked around the entire country all my life.
You can be both.
Nah. Do I look like royalty to you? Keep in mind he's got like a mullet and like that really horrendous fringe and a really like a handlebar.
Royalty in many places looks like many things. I don't know what your royalty looks like, but I have seen royalty
Compare
from
me
other
to
countries.
old Palin, who is an obviously official person. We don't look a lot alike, do we?
Maybe he's the outlier. I don't know. I'm not from here.
I don't know, mate. I think you're just making up stories on the spot. If
So
got
you are
nothing else to
currently
go,
Prince.
just make your way home.
Is there anything else anyone would like to do on this 2-hour trek home?
Make sure I'm not constantly bleeding, that all the bleeding has stopped since I'm at 7 hit points of 17.
Oh, I mean, I
Oh.
do a treat wounds.
If that's the
have
case, I
Yeah,
will.
her first action in combat was going to be to drink her potion. But we didn't have
I-
combat, so.
No. You
I'll
managed to
cast
avoid
a
that
heal on
completely.
you.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
thank you.
That's alright. Better that you don't, suffer any further issues.
Bleed all the way home.
Yeah, I mean, she's wearing red, it's not like you can tell. Thank you.
All right. So after trudging for 2 hours along the road, you find yourself back at Circle Creek with your 100 gold from your official military contact. Are you reporting in with Angeline?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Seems like the wisest
Um,
course.
So you walk in and she goes, welcome back.
Don't
How'd
boss
you go?
lady.
Good.
Don't pet
Glad to
bears.
hear it. Don't pet bear. I don't pet bears. That seems like a dumb idea.
Also, we moved some salamander-like people into one of the caves in the forest because apparently there's more of the tentacle monster issues from the depths coming up.
Oh, that's been going on a lot. We've been seeing a bit of
Yes.
that. I expect we
Um,
haven't seen the last of it. Are they safe, and is everyone safe from them?
Absolutely.
I might have to put a bear, but I don't know. That's between them and the bear.
One at a
Relatively?
time, please. It was like a chorus of yes, no, maybe if you're not a bear. Will they
Exactly.
hurt people?
Exactly in that order. Yes, no, baby, if you're not a bear.
I see. Excellent.
If you don't bother them.
I mean, isn't that true for all of us?
Yeah, I think it is. Handle them in like 3 years, please. Maybe 4.
What was that?
I'm gonna need like 3, maybe 4 beers. It's been a long day.
I thought we already sold plenty of beers today.
We saw like 2, but 1.
How many beers do you want to see in a day?
The other kind of beers.
Oh,
Beer.
New Zealand beer thing. He's off.
Bloody
He wants
Kiwis.
to forget we know.
Right. Well, sounds like you were very successful and nobody had to die, which is my favorite sort of mission. So,
Are we in the main bar or?
Yep, unless you've
Okay,
asked.
so there are people
for-
around. So
Yep. Unless you've
No,
asked
then-
for a private conversation, she just has these conversations out
Nope.
in the bar.
Nerys isn't
Bazza
just,
gave a
isn't going to
demanding
out
performance.
Bazza in front of everyone.
Very good. Well done. I'm sure we will get many more military contracts in that case, which is good for
Huzzah.
business.
Bazza, 100
Yeah.
gold. A princess.
Yeah, so that'll be 10 for UCAN and 15 each. That's 90 divided by 6.
I don't.
I'm doing the math
Math's
in my
no
head.
problem.
That sounds right.
Yeah, 90 divided by 6. Yeah, so 15 each.
Yeah.
That'll just hands out all the gold, and because I'll get UCAN the rest in a bit.
We are
Good job, bye.
we are rich, brother.
So
More fleshy money.
This is probably like the
Yeah.
most gold the twins have ever had at one time.
Perhaps referring to people as fleshies is not the best idea.
Oh,
Just a thought.
I mean, she's technically right.
Technically right, yes, but still slightly offensive.
I thought it was cute.
so not fleshies.
No, just people, dear.
People.
Correct. We're all just
Okay.
people.
Oh, I'm not a people.
Yes, you are. You're a plant people.
Oh. So there's
We're
like
all people.
categories. There's fleshies, and then there's peoples, and there's plant peoples.
We're all people.
Oh,
Have you met Scree yet?
She's very sweet.
Scree is a bird people.
Stump is a cat people.
Stump is a cat people. But we're all people.
Okay.
Excellent. Was there anything else?
I think we're all done here in terms of official business.
Excellent. And she goes back to work, in that case.
Yeah, that is going to like on the bar and just be like 3, please. Just give me something to play. Tired, you know, like fuck.
Angeline's like,
Oh, there.
clunk, clunk.
And you just
What's up
handed
with
them.
the 3 beers?
Oh, it's big off. Fuck. I know,
Roger,
I
thank
didn't
you.
recognize what it was.
What? Sorry, say
The
that again.
bloke,
We met a
he recognized my face. I'm not sure
We
my
met a
life
friend.
into his face.
I see.
This
Well-
may or may not come back to bite us, I'm not sure.
It happens to the best of us from time to time, and it's not like it's a surprise.
No, we knew this was going to happen eventually.
I look forward to Beldethas's face.
Oh, boy. Like, you want to bring him down now, we'll just have a laugh at him.
No. I think we'll save that one.
Alright, we'll save
The
it.
next time he
We're not
tries to
afraid of
pull
it.
rank, perhaps. It will be very amusing.
Right. That'll be a good
I
laugh.
promised when you arrived that I would not use it against you, and I still won't.
Yeah, no. You have held up your part of the deal. It's fine. I'm good. We're good. It's just, you know those days. It's just one of those days. And he just starts drinking.
We all choose who we want to be, dear.
You'll just nod and keep drinking.
Were the rest of you there for that conversation?
No, but
Oh, we can't hear
we
you.
didn't say we left, so
Yeah, like he wouldn't be like he'll be at the bar and not extremely loud. So like it's not like
And I assume he would have waited until they'd moved away.
yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
Syren will give him
All right.
his space. We've had enough fun at his expense today. It's okay.
She wasn't gonna out it. This is funny you asked if there's more questions. I'm thinking Nerys has so many questions, but she can't ask them here.
And Anthony's going to be like, yeah, and? What's your point? All right. Well, in that case, I think that was a very successful, if tangential, mission.
I like
love
to think
when
we did it.
things-
I call this a perpendicular mission.
Yeah. Like, this is the road, we're going here.
It's about
Great.
the journey, not the destination.
It's great.
Now I
It
really
is.
want to know how it was supposed to go.
I mean, you know me. I set up a situation, and then I step back and let you all just figure out the situation, so... But I did not expect to trek into the forest to find another cave. That was not on my list of plans. I probably should have. Anyway. Okay. On that note, thank you everyone for watching this delightful adventure and hanging out with us. It was definitely it took some unexpected turns and that's great. I love it. We also got to do some story juice, which is always fun. Next week is the schoolhouse, which is another go and clear out the thing mission. I didn't really plan to have 2 in a row, but here we are.
Control.
There will be something in a schoolhouse, and a bunch of people will go and try to deal with that something. Also,
Do the Zolguts want a roommate? Because I have an idea.
I guess we'll see. Thank you all for playing and for being such awesome players and keeping me on my toes. Thank you everyone for watching. Remember to check out Cthulhu next week as well as the Horde. We'll be doing both. And keep an eye on our social media because we have some new stuff coming up, which will be happening soon. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, have a beautiful time zone. Bye-bye.